Before we get into the message documentary that chronicles my album Black Gold, I want to thank everybody for being here and checking it out. This film came out in 2015 and it was only up for several months. I stopped doing music shortly thereafter and took everything down. But we're putting it back up. Not because I'm doing music again, but we feel like it should live a lot longer than it did. Plus, I'm in a new situation now with my family where we're able to document our life, and I feel like this was an important piece of my journey through music. Also, on August 26, 2023, I'm getting back on stage to perform the Black Gold album along with other songs that I had created in the last 8 to 10 years. This film takes you from the beginning stages of my music career all the way until the release of Black Gold. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace.
Starting with you, Marion,
Yes.
let's rewind back to the year 2000 when you transitioned from Virginia Beach to Vegas to push your music.
Right.
So, what was your goal when you got out here, and how has living here helped impact like your musical career?
So when I came over, I was listening to a lot of like Nas and Tupac, and that really just inspired me to just keep writing. So I would just write. You know, not a lot of people knew too. Like in middle school and in high school, I didn't really tell nobody. But I was just always writing, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of putting myself in that position of different stories or whatever, what have you, you know what I'm saying? So my goal was really just to just kind of stay fluent with the pen.
Time stands for no one. You could be gone at any moment. The most important things in life are the memories we leave behind. Those memories turn into inspiration that could be essential to the living. When Marion lost his friend Dewan, it sparked an undying flame. It rekindled a lost friendship, and an eternal promise was made.
Dewan was my dude, man. He's really like a brother to me. He's one of the first to just believe in my music and really just be a genuine friend, man. Like, you meet some people and like off top, the love I got from him was real genuine. And, he would be at the shows, man. As sick as he was, he would come to the shows and like chill in the back, and out of nowhere, he'd mob up to the front, and like you see him vibing out.
I feel like in my little brother's death, it gave this nigga like a sense of realism. Like it really opened up his eyes to how short this shit can be, because they were close, and then they kind of fell off when I fell off with the music, and then Mart was real sick, but he was in and out of the hospital, so he'd move far away. He wasn't able to get around and communicate with niggas like he wanted to, and I know it hurt him that they wasn't as close as they used to be.
He passed away in February, and I think I was just started working on the album. And after he passed, that really made me just focus on that and finish it. My last time seeing him was at his wake. And that's one way you don't want to see your younger. But you grow from it, you learn, you move on. At the same time, you just keep him right here, back in your mind, always.
Black Gold is highly regarded as his best work to date. He's here for you. Give it up for Marion Write!
His artistry is one of a kind for sure. He's one of those individuals that knows how to really like put his shit together.
Fully like captures what it's like to hustle. Like he has the hustle mentality down to a T.
Because he really has a purpose and a message for people.
He definitely knows how to execute correctly. Not a lot of people know. A lot of people just have ideas that are in the air, but they don't know how to execute very well.
Parents talk about struggle, life, whatever's happening in the world today, his life, like he opens you out.
I think Duke sleeps like 3 hours a day and just grinds for the rest of the entirety.
And he has the dedication to go in and this is what he wants to do. And it's a dream and he's really going for it.
All about the grind, 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 grind.
This little Filipino kid from VA, man. Marion was taught early to have substance in his art. Every record has a message. We can credit a legend for that.
I remember him looking out the windows, peeping us, me and my sister in the back, like, who are these people? And I saw him like with his action figures and shit in the window and shit. Then we started kicking it. He saw my dad's studio next to my room, and he was asking like, oh, yo, so you do music too? I was like, yeah. And we just started vibing out of my little Casio keyboard and making up little funny records.
I started playing like some type of melody, I don't even know what it was, and then he would write songs and sing melodies to him, and then we would show his dad, and his dad was like, oh, okay. So his son had vocals, like, okay, well, let's see what we can do with this. But yeah, it's really just the curiosity of walking by Leon's father's studio and just seeing all the equipment and hearing him make music and the access of it just being there. That's how I got involved into making music.
We would meet up weekly. Actually, it was like maybe 3 times a week almost to like really practice 4 hours a day type deal, and practice dance moves. Yeah, it was for real. So helping Pops write records for us and just trying to figure out the right path for a group of 6 kids, different nationalities, and what can we talk about? So
Savante and Dion, they used to come through. They were older than us, like they were probably in high school at the time, but they would come in and like write our raps and we would learn them. And then it got to the point where I just started doing it my own. But yeah, it started from that house, man. Right there on Manassas Run in VA, we just made music like every day.
One day, my dad was scheduled to go to Teddy's studio, and he asked me, he was like, yo, you want to go to the studio with me? I was like, oh, hell yeah.
We're talking like we were probably like 9, 10 years old, something like that. And so we went to Teddy's studio, and Teddy had a basketball court outside too, so we would shoot hoops and just go in and out. And I remember we were sitting down,
just chilling, playing chess.
Like the pieces were clear. I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. This is high tech.
We heard The City Is Mine playing in the studio, but we didn't know who was in there. We just thought they were mixing and shit like that.
I think Chad Hugo was in that session playing saxophone too. There was a lot of legends in there at the time. Leon's father, I believe, was probably doing bass work for the record.
Lo and behold, Jay-Z pops out the studio, and he's walking, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta say what's up. So I walked up to him and was like, yo, what's up, Jay? And he's like, yo, what's up, little man? Gave me daps, and Marion said what's up, and he was out.
The hand of Jay-Z, he passed me down his skills like Space Jam. You touch the ball and you got all the skills, like the Monsters got all the skills from the like Muggsy Bogues and all that. I felt like that's what happened to me.
But it was a cool meet, man, just to be in that same studio where that record was being made. It was kind of, important for us.
Pillars of joy.
A legendary record producer who was my next door neighbor, and I would go and go to the house or come over to the house and just on some chill like family shit, but just the fact that he had access to every record imaginable. He had vinyls everywhere. He had every hip-hop album. Like music, hip-hop music, R&B music was constantly always being played inside that home, whether we were making it or it was someone else's music. So I was always around music. And when I moved to Vegas, it was gone.
Vegas, the city of all 7 deadly sins, home of the rebels, the mob, and where Tupac Shakur took his last breath. More importantly, it's my city, and Marion saw it as a land of opportunity to make a name for himself.
I was selling pornos to the deans. I was selling mixtapes, our mixtapes. It was dope.
And Mikey would make mixtapes with like songs that no one heard of before and songs that are popular, and we would sell them in school, like for like $2 or $1.
He was just known as that dude in school that fucked with music, made the mixtapes for the basketball team. Eventually, I got into making music and rapping, and it was just a hobby to me. I was just being around them and having fun. Man, he performed in an assembly one time. That shit was crazy.
Marion had the beats. I had the records all in the garage. I'm talking thousands of crates, and we just used instrumentals.
Throwing verses on tracks that like were already out from like Cameron and shit like that, and Nas.
We were the first ones to put shit on wax, man, and that's when people were like, yo, how'd you do this? Like, I got a, like, yeah, we got a studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing, but it was like, we got a studio. It's like, yeah, we out here doing it. Mixed quality, terrible. But we didn't give a fuck. We were just doing it because we love to do it.
Yeah, man, it was fucking hood as shit, but we got it through, man. And we used to sit there for hours waiting for one CD to burn. At that time, we didn't have the shit that we have now, but one fucking CD to burn. So I made like 10 a day, just sell that shit along with my pornos and mixtapes. And Mookie had candy, so we had a little fucking store going on, you know what I'm saying?
Like, we hustled everything you could think of. Like, people came to us for everything.
Like I said, we run shit, man, and that was a setup.
The way I helped push it was just like yo, listen to this shit, like it's dope. That's all I would do. Everyone, yeah, word of mouth, like it was all word of mouth.
Somebody call a doctor, he need an operation. He losing admiration, I think it's life's erasing. 24 they brainwashing their conversation. You can't stop us, building you a new constellation. Let the victim testify, he'll be the witness. They looking like, yo, this cat, he really spitting. But they calling the audibles, they open the modules. Check. Oh fuck, somebody call me.
Come on, man, Black Book Session. Come on, man. This shit was ridiculous. There's just MCs everywhere. Talent everywhere. When you was in the front, it's crowd out in the back, man, in the alley, just whatever. You know what I mean? Just going at it. You spit, they waiting for their turn, man.
Yo, there's so many yo's in the cipher. I'ma show you exactly why I'm a lifer. Worn an orange suit since I was a recruit.
Second Nature,
JR, Beatbox,
Isaac Sawyer,
Samson,
Kane Sosa
used to roll through. One of them cats where he was so fiery, so much energy, man. I couldn't hardly understand what he was saying, but you felt that shit.
Yeah, motherfucking gangsta bitch, better keep your clothes out, take the bitch. Right about the way, twice, take the brick. Hit it from the back, then take the shit. Niggas spit your game, talk your shit. Grab your gas.
The feel. Ooh. Female MC. Ooh.
Lord, he had his little iPod with the beats on it.
What was this cat? Shamrock. Should write his name down first. He got permanent. Matter of fact, his name was typed in on all the papers before. We wouldn't even sign him. Boom.
Your niggas full of whack juice. I won't even waste any time trying to ask you. Walk up to your face and take a slice out your back room. Walk away smooth right after we just attacked you. Formulating dickheads in a bloody whack black cute. You better act cool. Calm down with that attitude or I'ma make it look like a Black Panther smacked you. Back who?
The chapter crew were fortunate enough to get a look from the Roots drummer Quest Love. At the time, Quest had a situation with OK Player and D-Con. Verbal Lee and his troops were included in the album with the likes of Jean Grey and Lil Brother.
And he was like, yo, you know, ain't no reason to reinvent the wheel. You know, we did Black Lily in Philly, and that brought out like Beans and, you know what I'm saying, all them legendary Philly MCs. It's like, y'all just need to do something here, man, and keep it going and don't stop. He said, just don't stop. Don't do it once and then forget about it. You know, I looked at my brother, 3-6, and we was like, hey, let's give it a go. So the first night we did it was the night we played with the Roots at House of Blues. Then came back and did our first Black Book Session. And we ran for almost 3 years straight.
Bro, he would just be right here, just hosting the whole night. Everybody would be right up front. Like, no one was scared to come up front. You know, most shows, people scared to come up front. They weren't scared to come up front. So I would be there, spinning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Two up rolls the finalists.
She only spins vinyl. Like, she doesn't use Serato, she's strictly vinyl, and you can see her spinning, and she'll get done with that record, go through the crates, get another record, throw it on there, and she's blending songs like the songs we love from the golden era. Like, that's the shit we were listening to.
The game is the same type game, the type of girl giving out the face cell phone.
They had a live band. You tell the band what to play. It's pretty much like the Vegas version of the Roots.
I dig deep into the essence of my soul. Wondering if y'all would want to come and check my flow. Yo, thank God for this mic, I bless and hold. Sometimes show feels like my grips inseparable.
You know, my wife was there. She was taking care of everything. The merchandise, setting up the merchandise booth. But the list was the most important thing. Because if you didn't get there early, you didn't get your name on that list, yo, you're not rocking till 2:30 in the morning. It's not gonna happen.
It was like you had to build seniority. Like, you can't just come up and like you get the prime time spot. Like, you gotta work your way up.
I remember the first night that we actually came, we didn't get on the mic until like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we got here and started at 10.
We call that the big dog hour. You done waited, 4-5 hours, man, and you don't care if it's just 5 people out there listening. You gonna get your bars off. Dig?
We were brand new, so we had the very last slot. That's just how it was, you know. I mean, as soon as we kept coming, we moved up in time.
I want to say like 6-7 months into it, man. We were going on like top 3.
That right there was respect to us.
It's got to the point where people started recognizing it. They started to know who we were. Like, I became an alumni because of that. You know what I mean? Like, I got my name on the plaque with everybody, other MCs that were already seasoned in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. Like, now I'm on it. You know, what's next? At this point, all you can do is move up.
I love it, man. And it was cats like your boy, you know what I'm saying, Marion Write. They used to come in there, man, hungry, on top of their shit. The beat drop. He ain't humming and, spit.
Literally, all eyes on you. You got it.
And it's like, they're like right here.
Right there, right in your face. You better come with that, yo.
What we want to do is give a home to all the starving MCs, all the musicians, man, to come and vibe as one. You know, like I said, it turned into some other stuff with some poetry, some singers came down, man. I mean, beatboxers, man. I mean, just the talent just was swelling. And I really wanted to do something that was inclusive for the city. Everybody came to our joint, man. Everybody, and it was peaceful.
People from all over the city, man. Like, it didn't matter. Colors didn't matter back here, man. Whatever. If you love rap, you came to Black Book Sessions.
It was all for the art. You know, that's what it was, man. And it was beautiful, man. Every time it was beautiful. No matter what you was doing, that shit was great. And sometimes you gotta let shit be great, man. And let it be.
This is one of them joints where it might not be heard. You know what I'm saying? As a local artist, as somebody who's trying to come up, the chances of our music coming out to the masses is very slim. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I wanted to treat it that way. Give it that energy from the jump. Like, I'm gonna go and put in my heart, everything into this project, make it sound as great as possible, with the intentions of it never being heard, but it's still like on some classic shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, back.
Say what up.
Hey, Bob.
Say what's good.
Hey, good.
Say you mad doggy.
Hey, Daddy.
You mad doggy.
Hi, Daddy.
Say peace.
Peace.
Lunch for it. Hey, stop. I love my people, man. I try to include them in everything. It keeps it fun. You gotta always have fun.
I am Priscilla, and I am one of Marion's good friends. The real people that know him, like the real him, know that he's a 100% goofball. But I think when people just see him as an artist or a rap artist in Vegas, they would never know how down to earth, real, funny, and loyal he is to his true friends and family.
Yeah, Marion's just known to just fuck up shit. He just fucks everything up, even his own birthday. Yeah. We went to a bar to pregame from going to the next bar or the next place. Man, he got wasted within those 30 minutes that we had just gotten there. On the way to the next spot, this guy's over here babbling, freestyling the bums.
Yo, get some motherfuckers west side in this shit. Drunk as fuck. Riding this bitch, yo. Motherfuckers on play.
Everybody was holding him up. He was gone. By the time we made it to the other spot, he threw up within 3 minutes being there, and the party was done. We all left. He left. I don't know where the hell he went. He jokes around too much. Cool dude to be around. Always set the mood at wherever we at.
I remember the first time we met this dude, he was sick as fuck, and he brought fucking clementines to the studio.
The little orange things, and I think it was like two rolls of toilet paper, man, just for his nose. You know, that shows how hard he works. You know, he came out to the studio even when he was sick.
So I've been the same motherfucker for years. Basketball shorts, smelly ass socks, t-shirt, and just don't give a fuck. We always been like that.
I used to go to the crib when we were recording. This nigga had the illest collection of black porn known to man. I used to just be like, damn, this nigga, he know all the right positions and shit. He flipping it on the bitches.
It started off kind of slow, and we're like, yo, let's just drink a little bit, you know, and head back, you know, and chill at the crib and smoke something.
Got there mad early. There was nobody there. It was just us four and one stripper, right? We got there like at 10:30. I guess strippers start at like 11:30 or something. I don't know. I don't fucking go to strip clubs.
Next thing you know, man, fucking Gene pulls out ones, Twix pulling out ones. Fucking, I ain't had no money, so I was like, I'll just watch y'all.
I gave my boy Marion some ones so he could throw them at these strippers, and he went crazy. He was grabbing these bitches' booties.
All of my shit, man, like, boom, right there, and you just dropping one, boom. Had a good time, man. I don't go strip clubs like that, so I was like, fuck it, let's do this all the way. We gonna be here.
It was crazy. It was an astonishing night.
It was a great experience, man. Great experience.
So, yeah, I was in class and my teacher played the Sade sample, and he played it, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. So that night I went home, sampled the beat. But this is the record, the original record. It's track. The track is called "I Will Be Your Friend" on side B. This is actually the first record that me and Marion worked on together. So it's dope that it got put onto the album. So this is what I had looped up before I put the drums. I felt like it was missing something, so I added these extra background vocals. On the turnaround. And then when I had that all looped up, I put some drums to it. Working with Marion definitely expanded my creativity. It just showed me that there's really no limits to when it comes to making music. You can be as creative as you want, as long as you know how to execute. And that's what I had at first, and then I was like, man, this needs to bump, because right now it's kind of boring. So I added the 808 right after that, and then it's like...
I took the record home after he made it, and I added, you know, some synths, some harmonies to it, and pretty much just made it a lot thicker.
I could care less what the bouncers do. They could bounce back while I bounce on you. This mountain view of that house is huge. Her ass is fat and her mouth can move, but I still can't trust when I'm doubting you. It's like one lock of fucking 1,000 troops. Come on.
That's pretty much it, man. All I did was loop up the sample and then added some drums in 808, and that's how I gave it to Marion.
You know, the guys that you would see out there at the strip club gawking at these girls who are pretty much doing their thing to make money. It's like, who's the fool? Is it the stripper who's up there shaking her ass for money? Or is it the man who's pretty much producing that thought because he wants to see it, so he's paying her? And I wanted to give it that vibe, you know?
he had the hook down, and it was the craziest shit I've ever heard. And I was just playing that shit all night, like, cause that shit was so crazy to me.
You taking it? Yeah. Diamond cherry sparkle on a regular. Destiny calling autumn to work it out, and she's taking me higher to get it. Yeah. She's taking me higher to get it. Let me talk to you.
Hearing it live is crazy, cause it goes from my room to hearing it in his house to hearing it live, which is one of the best, like the craziest feelings ever, because you just see everybody reacting to your own production, which is crazy, and I love it, man. I loved when I saw it live at Brooklyn Bowl. Like, it was one of the dopest moments to me, for sure.
Okay. Trying to surprise you. Where all my ladies at? I see y'all, man. Make some noise. If the ladies are here, that means the fellas representing too, right? Alright, well, I'm gonna get to y'all later, but girls, man, I love it. Listen. I love ambition. No slow money. Sitting solo, moving slow-mo for me. Skin like silk. It's cocoa honey. Can we get away when it's almost sunny? If you got time, I got time for more action. We can take pics, we don't leave no caption. Even for the birds, see what they rapping. Shorty won't mind, we friends, and she asking now. Back to you, back on me, back and forth. Right to be, I'm coming back for more. Pop your trunk, pop your pussy, girl. First year, but she not a rookie. I'm high on drunk. Club off Weezy, Southern Comfort like New Orleans. Look, here's streaming on my nudie jeans. Take them off in the new, we free.
She said dreams are hard to follow. Don't get lost thinking if you do.
Marion's natural approach to music gives him a relatable uniqueness, while also garnering respect from highly regarded people. And although the city sometimes embraces facades, he's focused a true following to his reverence.
I wrote the hook, but I'm not really a singer, so I had him sing like the... He said no. But I had him sing like the... So it's on the right pitch, because I'm going to like layer on top of like his shit just to kind of like freak it up a little bit. Just kind of make it cool. You know, it's all about editing nowadays. You know what I mean? You can't just go in there and just throw something on wax and then... Unless you're like Ghostface or something.
I go by the name Ricky O from Las Vegas, Nevada. Been producing for about 10 years. You know, people know me out here for producing a lot for Dizzy, but I produce for a lot of artists. And of course, Marion Write.
When Riccio sent me that batch, the first batch of beats, man, I wish I knew what the name of that song was called, but it's known as Beautiful Struggle now.
Life. When things go wrong, I write these songs, then I move on. It's a beautiful life. When things ain't right. Youngers will never stop till they sure that I fade to black. But you ain't alone. It's anything that you ain't for. But young Jesus gave my namesake to last through wars. Spread some light till I'm on top of the world. And we can leave a good night.
The first verse, I talk about my boy's situation when he was growing up. And in the second verse, I talk about, you know, my plans with how I want to handle success amongst my family. I remember I sent the record to Euros and said, yo, I need you on this joint. I hear you all over it, but I had no hook, and I hate sending records that aren't complete yet to artists, especially somebody as unique and creative as Euros.
I can probably add to it if you want.
That's on you.
Okay,
it's on you if you wanted to. It don't matter. Because my second verse is 24.
Okay.
And then I left like a 16. I left 24 there, just in case you went 24. But if you went 16, that's cool.
I see how the beat switch. I saw.
Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just play.
Just want to play?
I'll probably strike something.
I feel like he knows where he's going with his music. He's not just making records to make records, you know, like he's actually thinking about what he's doing, you know. He's not just taking a beat and spitting a 16 on it, and that's what's dope about it, you know.
I feel it, a wave of emotions like the open sea. Lyrically, I feel I'm adopted, nobody's close to me. I mean, really, pick a nigga, I don't fuck with the Bible. It's revised, got missing scriptures, just stating opinions, nigga. No time to bicker with you, took myself out the picture for these niggas to get the picture, you got me?
Yeah. You're looking out, bro.
For real, man.
Appreciate it, man.
You already know.
Let me know when you got a track, dog.
Yeah.
I'm ready to beat some shit.
I still got the beat joints.
Oh yeah.
I found them. I'm gonna send them to you.
I call my boy Nate Quest over. He's like a beast when it comes to just writing music because he doesn't write shit down. He just goes off top, and I know he can come up with something. He heard it before, but I played it for him right there, and he already had something. He was like, "It's beautiful, like it's so beautiful," and then I was like, "Yo, let's do some in and outs like with rapping and singing," and that's how we came up with the chorus.
It's a beautiful life.
He's really, really focused. It's like he knows where he wants to take the track before he goes in and records. And a lot of people, they get in the studio and they don't necessarily know exactly what they want to do. Man's one of those people, he gets in and he executes.
I kind of liked it with just a single record. Like
you just wanted like a single track?
That's what I envisioned, but I'm gonna play with these and see how we could, I could probably still use all three and it'll still sound like a lead, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's cool.
As a producer, it's like you're giving an artist like a canvas, like a blank canvas almost to paint on. I'll put my 2 cents in when I feel the need, but if I feel like an artist has a really clear vision of where they're trying to go with the song, I just let them do, whatever they want.
That was it, man. Rikio sent me the record to the stem so we can get that joint mixed, and bam, there it is. Actually, no. He didn't send me those ones in time. So Beautiful Struggle, that's actually the beat, how he sent it to me originally. And then we just kind of mastered it versus mixing the stem. So great quality regardless, you know what I mean? So.
Step pops used to beat him while he sleep, cause he ain't want his stepson to make it out the streets. Well, I pray for you, brother. Soon you gon' eat and copy steaks for your mother. Trust in yourself and put faith in no others. Hating motherfuckers wanna say that you nothing, be the same ones talk about struggling. I say fuck them, just leave it. Enough of these demons. They want a black dreams, well motherfucker keep sleeping, cause the prince bout to be crowned, a king bout to rise. I'm gonna rock the whole nation, throw them diamonds in the sky and let them shine, boy.
By all means necessary, that's the Vegas state of mind. That Vegas state of mind. That Vegas state of mind. That Vegas state of mind. Cause this is bigger than hip. Let me hear you, this is bigger than hip. Vegas, let's get it, motherfucker.
Him at my house just chilling and then being on stage is completely opposite. Like you can just see that he is just so headstrong into what he's doing and he's so passionate about what he's doing, and it really just shows through each and every time he's on that stage.
See this little dude that was just hella quiet the first couple of times I've seen him, like blowing away with a heavy presence, very attentive voice on stage, and like ripping the crowd, ripping everything. It didn't matter if it was 10 people out of the show or the hundreds that he performed in. He always grasped the attention of the crowd in a really unique way.
I got my shades on tonight cause I don't wanna see shit, or maybe cause I don't give a fuck.
He knows what he wants when he performs, and he'll execute that. So he'll have a plan before the show, and he'll execute it during the show, which is dope because you see everything come into fruition with what he was talking about before the show.
So this is how we're gonna do it. Doing 2 quick songs. Got it? Jason, Marion. A1?
Yep. I'm Brandon, I'm Lights.
Brandon Lights? Okay, cool. Thank you guys.
He just introducing yourself to the sound guy and the light guy just to make sure that you guys are all on the same page is dope.
We got the crowd singing and shit. I was real happy for that nigga at that moment because I got to hear, I'm watching in the crowd, a motherfucker singing his shit, and it just came out.
So if y'all know it,
time since I know, man. And I'm lost in the cold world, I can't find my place. Hey, I need my own space. Now it feels so good to be alone. Hey,
It's hard to get a person vibing with a song that they never heard before to put their fucking hands up and do all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's a great performer.
After the first song or the second song, I normally have everybody's attention.
I just remember this nigga's presence right before he hit the stage. Like, if some niggas get nervous, this nigga just gets into his zone, and he goes out there and MCs. He moves the crowd, he make the right connections. He try to get them involved. He got the showmanship.
Whip hot, the money nice, so we still ride with a quarter pound of that clutch life. Still driving, he still fly, but his kid home and she still dry. So we street lord and keep the bills round till he break it up with no wheels. Say what? Say what? Everybody right side of me and say what? Left side of me, come on, say what? Hey.
Like, this dude will do weddings, this dude will do Jordan events, this dude will do whatever, just because I think his voice cuts through and he just knows how to rock a crowd. It doesn't matter what type of crowd it is, he knows how to rock it. So that's how I see him as a performer.
I try to involve my DJ as much as possible. I try to give him his own little set, you know, like whether he's DJing or playing beats, whether he wants to scratch or cut up. We really try to give you the full hip-hop experience nowadays.
I could give about $5 or nothing. Let me see them hands up. Or one with that Dutch up in the sky. Baby, light it up till we fly. We just a fuck. We just a light it up till we fly. Everybody say light it up till we fly. Say what? Light it up till we fly. Everybody say light it up till we fly. Say what? Light it up till we fly. Everybody say light it up till we fly. Light it up till we fly. Everybody say light it up till we fly.
A lot of times people go in the studio and turn into the rapper mode, and like, nah, man, like I'm really trying to create in there. So I gotta be comfortable. The aesthetic gotta be right. The people in there gotta be people I fuck with. And let's go to work.
My kind of staple for Marion was using a Neumann M147, which is a kind of a classic tube mic. And then we would run that microphone into a ADL 600, which is another tube preamp, even before it actually hit the recording machine, from the microphone into the preamp and then into a tube compressor, a Summit Audio TLA 100. From recording, that was it. At most, maybe 4 takes on a verse. It was usually 1 or 2 takes, and we're moving on and adding in the next part.
If you don't know me, I'm Jay Spence. I made that nigga hot. I'm fucking with you. On Black Gold, my whole thought about it was make it sound like a tape. Make it sound like something from like 94. But it still has to be today's quality. EQing out certain frequencies that are too noisy that you would always have off a tape. You know, all the humming, all the low end sounds, which, you know, I would pull down a little bit more than usual if something was done digitally, and you actually add in the bass and hums and, you know, like that to make it sound more thicker in sound. But with a lot of his stuff, it was already thick, not just thick, massive in sound. You just get that feel when you hear it. You'd be like, yo, folks, swear to God, this shit sounds like I straight got this shit on B-side right now. That's what we was aiming for. So if that's what you felt when you heard it, then my job was accomplished.
I've heard his mind work on records and the stuff that he says on microphones, and you know, he plays himself obviously on a lot of his music, but as a true entertainer, you know, he's oftentimes telling the story from other people's perspectives as well. So I feel like I've gotten to know Marion as well as a lot of the people that he's gotten to know real well. But you know, sometimes that line blurs a little bit when you have a good artist who can tell stories.
He likes to pull from all outlets, like other music, movies, what he reads, what he sees, like in real life. He brings everybody's stories together. It's crazy. He's He's a very artistic person.
You can really hear that truth behind what he's telling you, you know? It's not just another bogus record that motherfuckers is just trying to crank out shit just to be heard, you know? When you can actually have an artist in that form, it's actually kind of refreshing and nasty too, you know?
I'm trying to come in this game like a legend, dude. I'm trying to leave the game like a legend, man. I'm not trying to be no...
Can't be a father.
Oh, you remember him? Or... He was hot last summer.
It don't matter how you're gonna go about it. Go about it correctly. You know what I mean? Like have a direction. A lot of people just go back and forth with trends, and that's what's funny about these people. You know, really hustle this shit out and become who they are. It will come. You know what I'm saying?
Don't try to do somebody else. Just be you.
That's the best thing you can do.
So it would have been incredible if that would have released and we heard it, but now it's pretty much a myth. Black Gold is the same way. I wanted it to give you that appeal, that damn man, this needs to get out there. People need to hear this shit, because we can't let this shit go under the rug.
What do I think of Black Gold? I think Black Gold is the bar, from the rapping technique all the way to the song structure, all the way to the song topic.
He ain't just talking about everyday shit. He's talking about a lifestyle of things.
If you're a fan of 90s music, you had the 90s in it, but you did have the 2000s in it as well. If you are a hip-hop head, like you like Boom Bap, you had that in there. But if you want to go to the club and you want to talk about strippers, it was in there.
We all go through stuff, so I feel like it's dope because it has the energy of all these different things we go through, but it's cohesive.
You know, it draws inspiration from not only the West Coast, but the East Coast, and not only hip hop, but maybe from soul and like just different stuff. So it's just a nice melting pot, and it comes through like real intellectual type still.
It's easily relatable. The flow of it, the track selection, the beat selection. It's a complete project that should be seriously deemed as a classic ass mixtape.
To have a whole body of work that's just, you know, great all the way through is just, you know, very rare, especially with a lot of these independent artists coming out right now. So, you know, for him to be doing it on his own and coming out with a sound like that is just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I think every artist really falls into that zone, and when they know they're in that zone, that's when they can really create and make some magic. I try to do things organically. I don't really force nothing, man. If it's not working, man, scrap it, go to the next record, or come back to that one later and see what you can come up with.
Yeah, legends only live when they die. Heroes, you can get that story from Nas. But some write their stories revised, and half you cast by it, the other half seeing lies. Rhymes like the Messiah, you follow my message. Inspired by the blessings I receive and you cherish. My music, that's the essence of life. I'm an artist, eclectic for life. Wise, like I'm a veteran with mics.
I was in Texas for South by Southwest with DJ Final and Sir Drew Price, and we were at my cousin's house. That's where we stayed at. We were crashing there.
I just had this piano sample. It was just the piano, and he just heard it, and he was just like, all right, whatever you make from that, that's mine.
I heard those chord progressions, and I was like, yo, that's what I want for the intro.
Like I said, Marion hearing just the piano, and that's all he heard. So he was just already in love with it. So I had these strings. I got them from like another record. I added some vocals I got from another place, from another. So it sounds all like noise, but I mean really it's all hidden. Like this thing here. And pretty much you can do chords on it. Let's see. just like this really light. Running through some reverb, and that's it really. And it just had this from another place. So we bring the horns in. So I just took all these like different samples, I guess, you know, and like, it sounds a lot different than the record. I had everything else louder. The piano, he brought it up a lot more because obviously that's what he likes. I mean, so this one I made it the foundation, but it's not necessarily as forefront as he had it mixed, but it still sounds good though, so.
He built the record right in front of me with the same chord progressions, and I started writing the first verse. About a week or two later, we did the last recording session for Black Gold at the Art Institute, and that's when we just finished it. I was actually about to go to the school. That's the crazy thing. Dang. I would have been on that side. Word. But I said, you know what?
Let me be on this side.
Let me be on this side, son.
Yeah. Mistakes I made proud, recognized and delivered back. Saw an empire and decided that I'm getting that dynasty. Like Ho, Beanie and Memphis Bleak. Look at it, you ain't gotta worry about how Memphis eats. Yo, everybody eats me, but not with motherfuckers lying through they TV. Lives on the green screen, likes on the post, got you spiced like Nick Green. My shorty tryna get me, nah. I don't trust not one of your thoughts. You depreciate in value once I take you out the lot. Pocket watches, now watch what I cop. And now St. Louis, all they watching is cops. The news change the channel while we sleep like it's pops. Just to wake up to another kid getting shot.
Favorite tracks? Annie Oakley.
I love that It Feels Right joint. That's my shit.
Annie Oakley,
Black Gold,
Rebel American,
VSON Part 2,
Sade, The Sugar, for sure. Guilty. I like, it's just an interlude, but
Beautiful Struggle.
And Fade Away. I really like Fade Away. Fade Away is just...
Fade Away.
Fade Away.
Fade Away. First time he played it for me, I don't know. I had a white tee in my hand for some reason. I just kept smacking him with it. That shit was fucking fire.
oh yeah, it is actually Street Fighter. It's like a little section of the theme track where it has like some snares or whatever. Right there. I just threw that in there. So it's like 11 chops, you know. But I actually, I think I did I went through the whole song actually. Yeah.
I just got done watching this documentary about this village in Africa, and they would make their own gin.
Women, men, and children, they're drinking a specially made gin that they make for their culture. And they're drinking that like every day.
I think they called it war gin because it was like their way to beat all the bullshit behind like rebels trying to take over their village and shit.
Interesting to me to see, you know, how these people are going through everyday life.
Long story short, SB sends me this email with the title. I said, War Gin. I said, what the fuck? I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be a crazy record. I already know it.
Right there, that just was like a harmony to the sample, but giving it still a nice little melody to follow it.
I was like, Lee, do not give this to nobody else. I don't know when I'm gonna release it, but I'm going to release this record and make it big and make sure that it's the one people remember. And as soon as the fucking kick drop, it had that slow burn pace.
Losing my cool, fuck up the party, I'm acting a fool. Lounge full of bitches, they choosing up too.
The concept behind Fade Away is really just a first-person take on a man who tried to escape his demons using liquor as his vice, until they actually follow him into his own world. If you heard the record, he takes his life at the end, but it's really not him who takes his life. It's that character that he brought out when he would get drunk.
Now when I listen to it, I'm gonna think of it differently because I didn't know like the backdrop behind it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna I'll know yeah, I'll be more attentive to that's crazy because I like the song even though now I'm gonna like it even more.
So that's why in the video we had this woman portray his vice. She grabs his hands and helps him put the gun underneath his chin. And although he's the one pulling the trigger, she's the one that, grabs him and makes sure he falls off nice and gentle. It's almost like an evil good,
Sincerely yours, Marion Write as I sit on the floor. Gun in my hand that I placed in my jaw. Squeezing the trigger, the safety is off. Pray to
It keeps pulling me. Can I get another pull, please?
Are you blind? Can you dream? Can you see what I see? Or is your mind closed minded? Let it breathe. See the world, see its peace, see its wars. Watch us bleed. Let us all die comfortably. I just wanna see the moon rise, catch some waves high.
You know what? The cool thing about it is even on a musical level or a social level, I feel like it's the same. I feel like he's the same dude. What he's spitting really is him, and that's what I appreciate about Marion.
He knows how to keep things fun. So he makes sure all the time that we enjoy doing what we're doing. Because if you don't enjoy it, there's no reason to do it. And as far as him being a mentor, that was one of the first things I learned from him is make sure you enjoy it all the time.
He's a good friend, he's loyal, definitely a person that respects you if you respect him. Traditional type of cat,
Which is something that we rarely see nowadays. People aren't really true to their word. And that's what Marion does. He sticks to his word, and if he tells you he's going to do something or he's going to be there or whatever, he always sticks to it.
Just being around Marion actually excels you. And I wouldn't have come as far as I come without Marion being in the circle, because I learned things from him, and then after I learned things from him, I took it upon myself to actually go further and beyond, go to school, study it, pick up books and go harder at it, and now I'm better than what he had taught me. He has no problem with helping me with that.
He's just genuine. He don't want shit for nothing. He want what he's owed, and he's willing to give you a lot more than what you feel like you can give him back.
He puts in a lot of work, a lot of time, anything that he needs to do for his music or for his career or for anything in that matter. He's true to it, and he does it with love.
This dude is always working, whether it be music or this documentary. He's always trying to feed the fans something, and he's always trying to push himself as an artist.
He works hard as fuck on everything he does. He starts a project and he finishes it. There's never I'll start something and then it dies. He pushes to the very end.
People just need to give artists that actually put 100% into their craft a listen. The music game right now is so oversaturated with artists who just bullshit. You have subpar beats but dope lyrics, or you have subpar lyrics but you have dope beats. That it's never both at the same time.
Man, listen to what the man is saying. Break down the bar.
Marion is one of the top people out here in Vegas.
Everybody was feeling it. People were asking me if this was J. Cole or if this was this guy. And I had to tell him that it was my boy Marion. He's from here, from Vegas.
He's able to touch on themes within our society that I think are important and current, and that's why a new listener might want to pick it up, is because they'll get a dose of their current events while they're also bobbing their head and having some fun.
Marion, lyrically and production wise, it's up there. One of the best albums of 2014 for sure. So that's how I tell people to listen, man. Yeah.
I'm just a regular motherfucker, to be real. I don't really have a facade in front of me. I mean, what can I say? Just listen to the music. You'll get to know me if you hear the album. Yeah.
As an artist myself, I hope this film gives you a new respect for the purpose and effort we put into music. It takes a certain character to maintain as yourself in a judgmental society, but we do it because we love it. The message within art is to express yourself, so be you.
Cause my boys back home, they was still working. Actually got signed to DreamWorks, and they moved to LA like a year after I left. And that was another piece of motivation. So, you know what I mean?
Nice. That's what's up.
Yup.
You missed it by that much.
Yeah, I missed it by that much. I had to come home, man. You know, I was 13. I was a youngin', man. Mom said, "Yo, you didn't get the deal. Come home." That's what it was.